Sacramento County Board of Supervisors has elected a new chair. Supervisor Sue Frost will fill that position. Frost represents the county's 4th district, and she joins us live tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, Sue. We appreciate it. So we want to start with the stay-at-home order and the lifting of that for the Sacramento region. What's your reaction to that being lifted?
I'm thrilled, and I'm getting all kinds of calls from businesses, hair salons. Everybody is just stunned. I think stunned was the word, because we got a report from our public health officers this morning during our meeting that, you know, we were going to stay closed. And then a couple hours later, there was this news that came out from the governor that said we're opening up and it's going to be immediate. And everyone was thrilled.
So, stunned, I think, is a good word for it. So my question is, how did this happen so quickly? Because for weeks, the state and the health officials have been telling us hospital capacity situation is on a path toward catastrophe, and now suddenly we're headed in the right direction.
That's a good question. I asked what, we've been trying to get data and trying to understand, and the report that we got this morning that we were in within the surge capacity of our hospitals within our region, that we were below the 15%, that we were going to continue with the lockdown. And I don't know what they based that decision on. I'm not sure if it was the hospital capacity. I guess he said it was based on their projections. So I'm as confused as anything as ever about the data and the metrics. That's been something that all along I've been trying to get to the heart of. What are they basing, what's their rationale for which businesses are essential? What's their rationale for, what means if hospital capacity? Is it number of beds, or is it the number of staffed beds? And so I don't know. I just hope they don't open it up and then close it back down, because there's cost associated with that for small businesses too.
Yeah, we're already hearing from a lot of small businesses. I mean, we talk about stunned, but there wasn't a lot of heads up for this. So they may not have food ordered. They may not have alcohol. They may not have staff scheduled to even take on the people that are now going to want to be able to dine outdoors or go into a salon or what have you. I think, you've been very vocal about your desire to reopen businesses in Sacramento County. As the new chair of the Board of Supervisors, will you continue to push for that, or do you have any plans or a desire to directly challenge the state's health guidelines on businesses? Because you kind of alluded to something that there's been a lot of questions around. Well, why is it okay for people to go stand in line and be squished together outside a big box store, yet they can't go and sit outside and dine, 10 feet apart? There's been a lot of confusion, a lot of questions raised about that.
Yes, we had the event Reopen Cal Now this last weekend. It was a public policy conference, and we had conversations all around, the medicine and the science and the constitutional law. But one of the panels we had was on economics, and I learned a lot from that panel. They were basically saying the reason the state is not questioning the economy is because they're getting good news. The economy is just going nuts. We're thriving. The problem is that the ones that are thriving are the big businesses and the big box and the online stores. But all the small mom and pops, they're the ones that are getting left behind. And that's the hard part. To answer your question about will I continue? Absolutely. We are going to continue to reopen Cal Now. We're going to be advocating for local decisions, and we're going to be advocating for policymakers to get involved and learn everything they can about COVID and the impact of the COVID lockdowns, because there's some question as to, is the lockdown more damaging than the COVID itself? And there are impacts, negative impact from the lockdown that we can't just not think about. It impacts our communities.
Okay. Sue Frost, the new chairperson of the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors, thanks for your time this evening. We appreciate it, and we're going to keep trying to get some of those answers to the questions that we still haven't answered yet. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.